I guess you have to hit start stream, don't you? I suppose that's how it works. Well, good morning again. All right. Now let's get over to the charts. Now that we appear to be actually working. All right, so back test of the prior all-time highs in. And we actually formed a nice little range down at the low. Little micro range down there. I liked it anyway. So I'm going to suggest we clean up everything in here. Yeah, that's fine. Let's clean up all that. Let's go down to the 1. Do some investigations. Oh, internet. Come on, internet. Yeah, this nice little range down here. This is the one I was talking about. Super nice. Super nice. So, yeah, pretty bullish thing to happen on a pretty interesting area, in my opinion. Let's go ahead and get rid of some of this stuff down here. You know, I went probably one too far. Is that the prior all-time high? I think I would like to leave that on the chart. Internet, you've got to do better than this today, dude. Yep, that's the line I wanted to leave. Okay, cool. Let's get back down to the maybe if I use a different tab it will operate faster. I don't know why, but that first tab in TradingView hates me. Let's get VWAP off of here. Actually, probably leave VWAP on. All right, and then on market open, this action here, return to break this action here. Almost a perfect back test. And this is bullish, right? That's bullish. Just the same as this was bullish. Now this is bullish. Yeah, I would say we are forming a pretty significant section of price right here. Personal opinion, I would say this is significant. Oh, let's just put some rays on it. If it's that significant, let's label the damn thing. In the event that we were to get a back test into one of these areas, I think that would be interesting. And, stop that. Yeah, I think that would be interesting. The lower one would be preferred at this point, but I suppose it depends on how far we ka-chow out of here. And then, you know, this could have, I mean, here's what I will say. I think that the potential, VWAP off of here. I think the potential of rotating from here, I feel the same about it as I did the last couple of weeks. I feel the potential of rotating from there to here is a, yeah, I mean, it's pretty high potential, right? So, yep. Yeah, retests into this zone, I think look pretty good. Let's see, it would appear as though we have a little bit of mitigation on that already. Still want to pay attention to this general zone. I'm just going to mark the whole damn thing. It's not going to hurt. It's not going to hurt. Go look at it on some smaller time frames. Let's maybe go to the 15. Yeah, it could just push right through this. I mean, I'm going to put a little bit more highlight on, yeah, probably this area of it here. Brev. I'm just hoping that we can get like some some retracement off of something like that, right? That's all I'm hoping for, is that it provides a small amount of retracement off of something like that. And I wouldn't be opposed, you know, like right now we have this significant section of price, right? I wouldn't be opposed that if it, you know, say snapped up in here further, say it does this thing, and then comes down to retest the prior demand range prior to a leg up. That's perfectly okay too. I all I'm saying is that more price action could develop that would that we don't have yet, that could, you know, it could be, we could have a couple more of these in before, I don't know. It's maybe I'm not doing a good job of explaining this. Um, what am I trying to say here? I'm trying to say that this is currently the spot I want to long, but once price has done this, well, then this is the spot I want to long from. And once price has done this, then this is the spot that I want to long from. That's what I'm trying to say. I'm trying to say that price action could develop that would make me no longer want to kind of long that. Or like if it didn't even come back for it, right? Say it came up, came down, came up, came down, came up. I'm not looking to long this area anymore. I'm looking to long this area. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm trying to say. That's what I'm trying to say. And good morning, Luke and Dex and Matrix and the Quantum and John Foster Crypto and Just Call Me AI. Top of the morning. Been out of town, working on painting a house, doing the interior. Had a feeling we were going to pump this morning, so I was long on Ondo, but I haven't looked at it for about an hour. Came back to 100%. Let's go. Hey, anything anybody else wants to look at? I'm going to go look at some total market caps. That's what I'm going to do. So totaling of the totals. Well, that's not so encouraging. That's not so encouraging at all. Well, that's not the most encouraging. Two. And total three. Total three looks much better than the rest of them. Actually, no true problem with total two, but total itself could look a little better here. All right, XRP. Tom Lee wants to look at XRP. Get the fuck out of here. It's crazy. That's crazy. You know, I mean, I guess just kind of a dip below that low, or because that low was internal to these lows. Look at that whole area. I think it's an interesting place for continued northern action. So let's get in and take a look at some of this closer stuff. Yeah, I mean, it's a pretty similar situation to Bitcoin. I would currently be looking to this zone right here to hold price up in the event that it were to take a dip back down. I wouldn't look past that zone right there because once once you come below this low here, you're breaking some important structure at that point. So at that rate, I would be looking for a short. So until that happens, I would look for a long. This would make me want to look for a short. So until that, I would want to look for a long. Yeah, I just want it right between those two areas. This meets every rule. All rules are met for demand here. Yeah, that's exactly how I would look at it. And I would look to short out of here. Currently, I wouldn't. Well, I mean, I guess you just put some targets along the way. That needs to move to like here. Yeah, that would be sufficient anyway. And like this whole zone would be a logical target zone for that because that could just rip right back through it. Yeah, I'd probably just leave it like this. Yep, that would be the primary things I'm interested in. Yep. I've been sucking about posting these so hard. Oh my God, I'm so bad. Really need to get better at this. Where's that thing? There we go. Bingo. But hey, morning, Alex. Hopefully hopefully your travels went well. Did you arrive in your final destination yet? Have you made it? Do you still have more traveling to do? That looks pretty good, man. That looks pretty damn good. Just have these rotations just outside of the range. Hey, bro, come on now. 1 and 2. Oh, that just looks pretty. That just generally speaking, it looks pretty good. Looks really good. I still don't. I still want to play down here. Or in the event that we get further structure to develop north of that. Something along these lines is what I'd be looking for, as always. That guy or this guy. Something along there, but yeah, I mean, I would agree. Things could be, things could get kind of wild. I just follow the local trend on this. Because this is still a super targeted high, in my opinion. Stupid amounts of targeting on that, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah. Yeah. That would be a yes. Just see, just like it never came back for this too, it may not come back for this guy. You might have to kind of follow more local structure here. Is Bitcoin continuing to rip? No, not really. Not really. Yeah, that ETH chart is cranking this morning. Fuck it, I'll take an alert on it. I really still feel as though further structure is going to develop and it's not going to come back here. But I don't have anywhere else to put an alert yet, so I'm going to put an alert there. Oh, okay, good. Wait, awesome, dude. I'm so stoked for you guys to be on the western areas of things. H bar. What's up with H bar? There's one that's kind of fallen off the radar recently. I haven't been looking at that one a ton. What in the world do we have on here? Okay. Just get this sucker cleaned up a little bit. Bear with me. Yeah, looks pretty good here. No, that's not what I want. Yeah, a little nip above, little nip below, rotation down, rotation up. I'd say this all yeah, I'd say this looks pretty glamorous. You're not really in discount anymore. Let's get this adjusted to the new range high or the new range low. Let's take a look at where discount is. Gosh, so this is going to be right above discount. Oh well, that is what it is. Bum, 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 bum. Yeah, I think we still need to see a little bit better clearance above all this stuff. You see some better clearance here. But this, on many charts, in my perspective, this low just became, yeah, pretty important, right? That low just established what I call primary structure up from the bottom. And that low just established that. So to me, a bearish break of this is going to equal this. Yeah. So for that matter, I remain bullish up here. I remain bullish up there. Boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Yeah. And then the same as this low is important to that prior leg of price. This low right here is important to this leg of price. So In other words, I would say it's currently in a long zone. As you get demand here, you have further demand down here. And I would suggest that this is, that if this zone doesn't hold, I'll label it really quick. That if this zone does not hold, then you're going to run this again. And if you break this, well, we already talked about that. That to me is a short back down to the current low. Or yeah, this thing. That to me is a short back down to here. This is. So yeah, I would say you're definitely in long territory. Shall we consider an entry on it? Yeah, everything looks pretty bullish to me. All looks pretty bullish to me. Load up the exchange. If I can be, I don't know if I can be quick enough is my only problem. God, where do you SL on this thing though? Gotta be down here. Be clean down here. Oh, no, not anymore, I don't. Never mind. I just stopped right below that low. I was thinking about that, Alex. I was thinking about that. I was like, he's out west now. I mean, it's not that far away. It ain't that, not to mention, like, you're going to be in a retardedly beautiful area. So, yeah, gosh. It's just so, the closest I've been to that area is probably like Seattle, but I thought it was beautiful up there. I've seen photos of stuff north of there. It looked cool too. It looked cool too. What else have we got here, everybody? What else have we got? What time is it? 7:28. I still have tons of time. I mean, not tons. That's a little bit of an exaggeration, but I still have time to look at other things. This is the daily. Mm. Yeah, that looks pretty good. There's some stuff on some lower time frames in here that's kind of interesting. Yeah. Yeah, there's slight inefficiency coming out of here. Then you had I think you had a local range that swept the low. No, not quite. Not quite. Still looks pretty interesting though. What's that, 15 right here? Yeah. Yeah, Link looks pretty good. It's Ton time. Hey guys, it's Ton time. Ton hit its target. I looked at it the other day. It hit that target you were looking for. I know that much. I know that much. Yep, Mo freaking got it. Ton don't look so hot right now. I mean, it achieved a target we were looking for last week, and it kind of hit it with the dreaded 3-tap. And then you look to lose 4-hour market structure after that. And this is currently what worries me the most. Let's go clean some of this other stuff up. Not so sure we can rely on that anymore. Let's get that out of the way. Okay, let's adjust this to here now. Oh, let's just put a ray on it instead. Yeah, I mean, what else is losing 4-hour market structure this morning? Nothing that we've looked at. Nothing that we have looked at. So. Bum, 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 bum. I don't know. See, I have to be alarmed about this entire zone now. I think I would still be just because the rising tide brings up all ships, right? I think I would still be looking to long on this low. Let's go down to the 30. Is there any demand that's just like, yeah. I would still be looking to long on that low. Get a 30-minute order block right underneath it. Demand. D for demand. Yeah, but man, I feel like I'd have to be so tender-footed about that because essentially I would look to rotate it from this low back to this high, but I have some storm clouds on the horizon there, and so I feel very tender-footed about that trade. Very tender-footed indeed. But as far as a long goes, this is the area that interests me the most. Yep, that is the area that interests me the most. Yeah, Danielle, the trading calculator is in well, I mean it's in my chat channel in Discord. I put it up there. Funny thing, I put it up there and then I was like, God, who wants to download sketchy stuff off the internet, right? And so I put in I was like, let me just put in the prompt I used to create this. And I forgot what the prompt I used was, so I gave Claude the file and I was like, hey, what's a good prompt for this? And it spit out a giant wall of text. But I tried the prompt and it works fine. So there's a prompt to create one with Claude, or there's a link where you can download it. Either way. Any vision for LTC pumping stronger than ETH? Well, stronger than ETH. Bruv, really? Bastard. Bastard. Stronger than ETH. So ETH pretty strong. LTC, LTC, LTC. LTC. Well, I mean, they're pretty similar, though. I mean, as far as strength goes, they're looking pretty similar. Let's do. You want to know, like, stronger than ETH? Okay. ETH. So let's look at the 4 on LTC. Oh, are you asking me why is LTC pumping harder than ETH is? I don't know. People bought more. Sorry, such a dumb answer. um, but I mean, like it just because it's gonna happen. Like maybe this hits this first, right? Um, before this hits something like this or this. Maybe this happens first, but I would still say, yeah. I mean, like this for LTC and this for ETH. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, like I don't have a good reason as to why that's particularly showing a little bit more strength this morning um, than ETH is. I mean, I can see that it hit demand, but yeah, I don't know. No, no, I don't know. I don't got a great answer for you there. I don't have a great answer. But it go up. All right. Well, with I'm just gonna go. Let me go poke around and look at some other stuff. ADA. How are we doing on ADA? Good. Is that a 4-hour low? Yeah, okay, good. Arrow. Okay, all right. Good little nick and demand rate here. Alrighty. Bum, 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 bum. Ooh, gosh, charts be bullish this morning. Still some trouble on that one. Yeah, I'm just gonna flip the random charts. If you guys have anything for me, let me know, and I'm happy to take a look at that. Beam, how are we doing over here, dude? No. Bonk. Bonk retesting its prior prior sort of all-time, not all-time high, no, not all-time high, but prior swing high. Let's flip 4-hour structure back to bullish here. That's a problem. Still feel like the bonk long comes here or here. Yeah, because this is. Yeah, that's what I feel like. Yeah. No, it's in the calculator's in Brewberry chat or something like that. Yeah, there's like Brewberry TA, Brewberry TA Live or something, and then Brewberry chat. It's in chat. Trade Extreme Channel. Hello to you too. Hello to you too. But CFX may very well make a run towards that high from that demand zone. Getting some moderately bullish structure here. Okay. Compound. Okay. Cody. Yep. 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 Crow picked this path. Oh, Soul. Somebody did ask for something. Soul. All right, so we talked about this low last week. I said it doesn't, to me, it wouldn't be logical for the long to come from this zone. It would be logical to come from here or, somewhere up from there. So that's been hit. Let's go ahead and clean the rest of this stuff off. Currently, as it stands right now, this is the hop out item on the chart for me. Yep. This is where I prefer. I still think that one's interesting. And in the event that price were to come from here and come up to here, then I think that changes things a bit. I think you have to follow the trend at that point. I don't think it comes back to here at that point. But yeah, I would oh, let me get that back on there. Actually, we'll just steal this. Yeah, this whole 4-hour candle right here. I like that candle. No, I want to undo. There we go. Yeah, those are the areas I would be looking at on Sol. Oh yeah, it is. Yeah, it is for paid members. It is for paid members. You are not wrong. I can find you one. Can you like at me or send me a DM or something, and then I will try and get to that and send that calculator over to you, or send you a prompt to create one. Not as clean at the low as Bitcoin was. Bum, bum. Interesting. Well, it's game time. It's time to find out whether structure is going to remain in a bullish stance for the day, or whether it's going to flip bearish today. We get to start to find those answers out pretty soon. Much rather see it come back for this stuff now than having formed that additional bullish structure above us. So yeah, interesting indeed. Maybe not there yet. Yeah, should see a mitigation on Sol too. Boom. All right. Starting to run lower on time. So holler at me if I'm missing something. I really need to start waking up earlier. Just quit being such a loser. What's your opinion on the Trump coin? 7-point run, realistic short-term target. Short-term target. Let's go to chart do I want to use? Let's use, yeah, whatever, this one. What are we talking about? Trump coin? 7.1 short-term target. You want to short it? You want to short it? I don't know if you can short it. Let's clean some of this stuff up. Yeah, I mean, I see what you're saying. It really hasn't reversed trend yet. What's this look like on like the daily? Yeah, I mean, I think if you can start breaking this stuff bearishly, um, I don't, 7.1 is a little too far away for me for a short-term target. Yeah, 7.1 is way too far away for me for a short-term target. Say, in the event that you could actually break something like that, I can't target anything more than here, and that might not even be today. There's still a little bit of support down here in this range. So if we did get to here, I would expect lower high, lower low still. But I guess what I'm trying to say is I'm just not so convinced that this is going to break. I think this still very much could get hit at this point. That's what I think. Guess it all depends on what Bitcoin decides to do, though. Yeah, I'd need to see a pretty significant break at 88.825 to start entertaining a short entry. Really need to see that break. Confirm that supply is kind of still in control. Then I could consider a short on it. But it just doesn't. It just isn't. It hasn't showed its hand yet, in my opinion. I don't think it showed its hand yet. See, now we're getting into the zones on some of these other ones. All right. Yeah, shorting would only make sense if BTC dumps. I agree. I don't disagree at all. But no chill on LTC though, huh? Yeah, a little bit. A little bit chill. All right, well, it's kind of quiet in here. I'm getting towards the end of the stream. I guess yeah, what else? I feel like I'm missing something. I feel like I'm missing something. I think Pepe is still in an interesting spot too. Yep. Yeah, I can see Pepe pulling up from here or here still. Doge probably looks pretty good here. Yeah, he missed it. Still doesn't look hateful though. All right. Well, did you fire up the XP long? I have not. I have not yet, no. Wouldn't blame anybody for doing it. But I have not yet. No, not yet. Yeah, but I could see yeah, not quite yet. I still have some of left in my Bitcoin position, but that's all I got at the moment. So it would be convenient is if we could touch this low and then move this down to here. That would be convenient. And quite honestly, I wouldn't be opposed to it doing that another time. Because if I really get to pick my spot, it's right here. Well, ladies and fellas, I am going to have to head on out. So let me know if we get any more questions, and I'll do my best to answer them before I leave. What other interesting ones are there? Yeah, ton is fairly interesting right there. I think open interest could be a little bit better, but it's fairly interesting right there. And I would say you start confirming some market structure here. Tau. Tau, tau, tau. Let's see. Magic, huh? It's like magic. Oh, God, I wish I could remember all the things I said about this. Looks like it got the lower piece of the demand. God, I think those were all targets. If I remember correctly, we put like 400 targets on this idea. God, what a wreck. I don't even know how to go about cleaning this up. I'm gonna take this off for sure. And I'm gonna reduce the point size on these. And I think the rest of that's gonna have to stay. Let's see, we can get rid of that. We can get rid of this. Let's cruise down to the 15. Okay, I still feel similarly about that. I'd say that's a pretty important low right there. That looks like it might let go of all this price action. I feel like if you were to see a significant close below that, that price would ultimately want to return clean back down to here. And outside of that, a little bit of support down in this area. But I could see it just continuing to crawl up and just hold this boom, 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 boom. And currently this is a weak high. You watched me add the text. I swear to God, you seen me do it. There it goes. There it goes. Finally populated. Yeah, I don't know. I think that sucker could still just go up from here. So much crap on this chart. Can we take this position and just slide it down so I don't have to look at it anymore? Oh, that's much better. Super my cup of tea, but yeah, I don't know. I essentially all I'm saying about Tau is I'm not really worried about it until I see something like that. Outside of that, I think it could crawl up a bit more. Or initiate for all that, yeah. What are the chances of BTC? What are the chances for BTC sweeping the current low and SFP at 110? Low, very low. I mean, not zero, but fairly low. As a matter of fact, I would say that your chances of that happening after it needs. I mean, it needs to. It needs to go there from here. Like it's gotta get getting on down there. I would say that's a fairly low chance, because like it's already purged this, and so to come down and purge again, yeah, I just don't know if that's needed. I don't really see that on the table. And then I feel like by the time, if you return above here, then I think the probability is way lower, right? If price were to kind of continue to inch up here and break this, then I think the probability coming back down here is very close to zero. And this high does not touch that high. Okay. Nor was that a mitigation on that. Yeah, it needs to happen. It needs to happen like from here and come down. But I'm not sold that that is going to be the case. Yeah. Yeah, it's like all this bullish volume that entered the market here after your break, kind of retest and run. That bullish volume that exists between here and here is still in control. It has not put price below that yet. That still looks to me to be in control. So I would feel as though, yeah, that it's probably not going to happen. It's low. Not zero, but low. How do you read volume delta in conjunction with open interest? How does it work on different time frames? I mean, volume delta is just traditional volume. I mean, it's traditional volume displayed differently. I mean, like I guess I read it in different ways. You know what I mean? Like I suppose I do read it in different ways because there's times in which, hold on, let me collapse open interest. There's times where I see an SFP happen like this, and I want to see like a lot of short volume trapped, but that's not what occurred here. I look for things like I suppose I look for divergences, volume divergences. That's probably the primary thing I'm looking for on this is a divergence in volume. I look for divergences and I look for trapped traders. That's what I look for. Divergences and trapped traders. Yeah. Yep. That's pretty much it. So like if we go back down to the low that got put in when we back tested the prior all-time high, this low right here. It had a divergence in volume in negative volume. And then you also had trap sellers here, and you had trap sellers here. So it kind of had both. Trap those sellers right there. Trap those sellers right there. So I'm looking for trap sellers, and I'm looking for divergences. And then open interest, I'm just looking for divergence as well. The open interest to me is, I don't really use it that much, if I'm going to be honest. I don't use it a ton. And the logic that I just employed on the trap sellers and the divergence, it doesn't, nothing changes about that on time frames. I don't look at this really any differently on any time frame. Yeah, nothing overly helpful here in this region on open interest, in my opinion. The primary one I use is volume divergent, or is the volume delta. I could delete this, and I could delete open interest. It would have next to no effect on my life. Maybe even zero. I could arguably also delete volume delta, and it would have very little difference on my life. But I do like the volume delta. I do like the volume delta. It is proved handy for me many times. So I do like that one. But I don't know. Look at yeah, actually, I really think I only prefer it on lower time frames. But I mean, like, I look at this and I go, okay, like, we hit the prior all-time high. We had a fairly bullish candle. Nothing but bullish candles to follow that. But this candle here on market open today contains more positive volume than all the other candles. And that's the other thing I like about volume delta, is it actually gives you the volume. That's 4.35K positive delta. So that doesn't mean that there was 4.35K traded in this candle. There could have been way more than 4.35K traded in this candle. It's just the delta of it is positive by 4.35K. So significant amount of bullish volume in this candle right here. Yeah, I don't know. Indicators are okay. I mean, the trap sellers one is like, let's go back and look at that low. Because I know we had kind of pointed out that there was some trapped in there. So like this candle, let's put a box around this candle. That candle right there was this candle right here. And it contained negative 784 in negative delta, 784 Bitcoins, right? So close to $1 million. And that all of that volume entered on this candle right here. So the moment that price surpasses this candle, so like by this candle here, you are trapping those positions already. Those positions are already getting trapped. Because we know they entered inside of this candle, and price is already above that candle. And we know that it was negative delta. So if those are open positions, they are trapped by this point. And the reason why that is relevant to me, the fact that they are trapped, is because large market players need this kind of supply to fill their long position. And so if you see this negative volume come in and then you see it trapped, that can be a good indication that the market short order was overcome by the limit long order. That's just the way I look at that. And, I mean, if I want price to go up, I want to see open interest is going up. If I want price to go down, I want to see open interest is going down. And I like divergences on those two. Like you see price flowing, you see price flowing down into an area that you're interested in. And meanwhile, open interest is flowing up into an area that you're interested in. That's typically a pretty good sign. What was the one I wanted to look at? It was Sol. Wasn't it Sol? Yeah, Sol. What happened to the Sol chart? No, is it not Sol? I forgot all the ones we looked at. Is it fucking H-bar? Was it Ton? I don't know. I'll go look back at them all again later. But I do have to hit the road, y'all. I do have to hit the road. So thanks for joining me as usual. Yeah, I do look at like to me your question about CVD and absorption is to me, if price is flowing down like this and open interest is flowing up like this, especially if volume is flowing up like this as well, to me that's an indication of absorption. And so yeah, I do look at it. I look at it the same as I look at CVD, which I do like CVD. Big fan. Big fan of the CVDs. But I use coinalyze.net for that. All right, y'all. I am out of here. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for joining. Y'all have a good one. We get 1 minute back on our side yet? No. Do we form an inefficiency out of here? Did. Start delete. Let me clean some of the stuff up on this chart. Bitcoin chart got way too messy for me. Yeah, I can work with that. All right. Adios, amigos. God, I'm way over time.